All right, hello everyone. So here we are, Sector 7, Reimagined, Part 3. Yeah, so at the end of the video, I'm going to kind of go back to my base and talk about mods and some other stuff that I have going on in single player. But yeah, this is Sector 7 reworked again. First time we had mechs, like mech suits and, like a power armor, whatever you want to call it. And then they got the clan base, and now apparently that's all gone. And I mean, it's not like we're getting it back. Apparently, I just heard from Star Snipe that that's completely gone. So I don't know what they're thinking here, but the multiplayer is getting a little better with each reiteration. But yeah, it seems like they're wasting a ton of time over here, and they can't quite figure out what they want to do. So basically, I'm sure everybody's figured out what's going on over here, but these tasks that you have to complete every day are pretty easy until you get all the way up to the level 13 and 14, which is basically killing the boss and getting the gun. And at that point, you're pretty much going to have to get with your clan. I haven't quite 100% figured out how you do that exactly. Stop doing that. I heard that you basically had to enter at the exact same time to get with your clanmates, and perhaps that's how that works. Obviously, Star Snipe and JCF and Happy Carrick and all those guys figured that out. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to do that with random people that you see on here. The few times I went to fight the boss, it's just been, a waste of time. You got to have people that know what they're doing and have a plan with that. So as far as actually coming here, like I said, I'm sure everybody's figured this out, but the best thing to do is just to kind of run around and hope to just find an unattended chest, which doesn't look like I'm finding on this particular one. And if you don't see one, then just run off the map. There are some games you can play with, like this guy right here is busy, so you can swoop in here and very quickly grab the loot, that other guy was fighting. I heard that they're going to try to get rid of this. That's currently the way it works. Here I am doing it. Yeah. And, that's pretty much how this thing works. But for the most part, if you just run the base, run around a little bit, see if you find an unattended chest, grab the stuff, and then leave if you don't, or come back, whatever. I mean, that's pretty much how it works. And what is the goal here? I mean, until you get to the tactical chest, you've got this little 5-slot personal storage, and you pretty much can just fill this thing up with this scout armor if you can, find it. Just put this stuff in here, and maybe an extra stack of bandages, and you'll get some for yourself at the moment and hope you don't die and lose it all. I mean, you can't store a whole lot of stuff here, so you could try to find one of these MP5Ks, but that's quite a bit of work at the moment. It's not really necessary. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to do. So I got the blueprints are the only thing in here that I actually care about finding. All the rest of the stuff I'm happy to get stored away into my inbox, and obviously the goal is the tactical backpack. But yeah, that's about all there is going on over here. It's not much at the moment. Certainly there's a lot of potential, and we'll see how this goes, but for the next couple weeks it's going to be a little dull. There's something to come here and do and whatever. So I'll see you guys back over in the single player world. All right, bye-bye. Okay, and hello again. So back at my base, and I'll just kind of show you a few things. I've been definitely working on my racks. I got a few new ones here. I don't really want to go through my base and show you what I got or how I've got it organized yet, because I am still organizing this thing, which apparently is not that uncommon. A lot of people are still not quite got everything settled. I'm pretty much at the point where I don't want to spend any more steel on the racks. So until I get more, I'm not going to really be doing any more expansion in that part. I'll show you my a few things here. My recycler. I've got my mechanics, electronics, and firearms at their max, so I'm pretty much just working on my clothes and melee weapons. And other, I'm not particularly worried about, but you know, eventually I'll be throwing things in there. Let me show you my dogs. So I've really kind of cleaned this up. I don't have a lot of dogs anymore, and that's really nice with the food. So my true friend here, I've got 5% Bloodhound. And then I've got this guy here is the main guy I want to work on. He's only level 2, but he's got 5% Bloodhound and 4% Hunter. So he's going to be a pretty good dog. Hopefully he'll get a leader on his level 3. And then I've got this guy here that's got 5% Bloodhound. And this guy doesn't have any Bloodhound, so that's kind of he's kind of the weak link in my bunch, but he does have 5 on my leader, so there's at least that. And I got another leader with 4 I can use, and I got my 2 breeders that just basically have witty. And you know, I throw them on there whenever I'm breeding and doing stuff, but I don't actually know if that helps or if they need to stay there the whole time, which I'm obviously always using Bloodhound as much as I can when I'm recycling and playing and doing everything. So I've actually been throwing in a lot of wheels and stuff lately. And since I'm kind of slowly building up my battery supply again, but I've actually been getting a ton of steel, like every other wheel or, you know, one of these ATV parts I throw in here, I managed to get a piece of steel. So that's pretty sweet. And otherwise I'll just throw in a piece of armor and whatnot. And let me head over to my mods here. So I'll just show you this. This is my last time over at the police station. I went there recently and just decided to, kind of out of boredom, I guess, I decided to go burn through a bunch of guns and get another purple, and I managed to get the Elite Shutter, which was very, very nice. Obviously, an active mod, preferably the shotgun would be the ultimate find, but the Elite Shutter was always something I was looking for. So with that being said, I'll just go ahead and show you all my different mods right after I grab something to eat real quick. Excuse me. And I'll just kind of go through my mods and show you where I'm at. I guess I'll grab some guns. Okay, so we'll start with the Glock. And basically I have every good mod that there is for this thing, short of the silencer, which, you know, it's a good thing to have for raids. I find a lot of these things, so I don't really care particularly for it. This is kind of a better gun without the silencer, so it's not a big deal. It's pretty much just having the active mods, one of these 2 sites on here that would make this thing better. They don't really do much with the stats, but you get the big perk to it, so that would be a nice thing to find. So for the most part, my Glock is done, short of the active mod. Let's go to the M16. So the M16 is pretty much, I do have one of the 2 active mods, the one they gave away. And I still haven't found the silencer for this, kind of the same boat. But otherwise, I have the best mods for the M16 finally. The AK. So I never found the drum mag, and that's supposed to be the best one, even though the stats kind of are pretty much the same. This is a purple mod, and I think this one's common actually, but maybe it's rare. I don't remember exactly, but the silencer also, I never found it. Amazingly enough, I have a hard time finding silencers for some reason. I don't have the best stock for this, so that is the main thing that I wish I could find. And obviously the bayonet's not out yet. Let's head over to the shotgun. So shotgun, I don't have the active mod. I also never managed to find the long silencer for this. I also didn't find this sight, and I don't quite recall which sight was the best on this. I think it must be this one right here, but it's mostly a matter of finding the active mod is pretty much the only thing I need to really make the shotgun better. Let's go over to the guns I don't use very often or at all. Let's start with a SCAR, I guess. So the SCAR, I actually believe I have this sight, and I just haven't bothered to spend the parts on it. I have the best mag. I do have the sight, and I got the silencer, although I think one of these might be better just for practical use when you're not needing the silencer. And I think I have this handle as well, so I didn't want to spend the parts on the handle, but obviously the active mod would be better. You know, that's why part of the reason why I haven't spent the parts on the handle, but I'd love to rather get one of these active mods, so we'll just hold off on that. And my VSS is looking pretty good. I do have the best mag. I've got the best sight. I did find this stock, but it's not really worth it, so I'm holding off and waiting for the best stock. And there's, of course, the active mods would be the next best improvement on this thing. And let's go to the Winchester. A lot of people had a lot of interest in the Winchester for some reason. It is kind of nice, but it's basically just a souped up zip gun. It's not really practical for anything other than particular enemies where they're slow and you can just kind of wear away at them. I definitely wouldn't use this like at the police station or you know in a situation where I had to actually manage to do some damage quickly. So I don't have the best stock yet. And I don't have the active mods, which I don't think are actually in the game yet, but I could be wrong on that. I have the silencer, which is kind of nice. I have this, and I didn't quite get the best sight just yet, but I do have this one, and it's decent. So I went ahead and spent the parts on it, and when I go to the farm or whatever, and I don't want to waste a good gun at the farm, I'll just use this. So the Uzi, I do have a couple things that I haven't spent the parts on. For instance, I do have this guy, but I didn't want to waste the parts on it. Eventually, at a certain point, when I get enough Uzis stocked up, I'll probably finish this thing off and start using it just to conserve my other guns. But yeah, I've got this mag. I've got no sights yet. I don't think I have any of them. But obviously, active mods would be the ideal thing, but I don't believe these are in the game yet. I got the best stock. I'll have that eventually. And I don't have any of these guys yet, so eventually. And did I miss anything? I think that's pretty much it. I haven't hardly made any headway on my melee weapons, but I'll just show you. Okay, so of the melee weapons I cared about, for whatever reason, I haven't found a good handle. Like, if I could find this handle, that would be nice, just to add something to it. Not that it matters. I mean, it's just a little bit of durability. But the reality here is I have the best of these two, and that makes this a decent weapon, sort of. I mean, I still never use them, but the active mod is the thing to get once it comes out. And what I remember hearing from Cloud, one of the developer guys, that this is like one of his funnest weapons to use. So this will be pretty cool when they eventually release this active mod. That's the whole reason why I bothered to invest into these things here, just for when that comes out. So as far as the actual weapons I ever use, the pipe, this thing is pretty sweet. I still have not managed to find the best handle here, though, for whatever reason. I go to the farm all the time, and I can never find anything there. I just mod after mod after mod I already have, and I can never find a good new one. So whatever. The machete, I pretty much need to find the active mod, otherwise I have the best machete. Blade, the handle, I've got this guy that's pretty decent, and this one, you know, it's kind of a toss-up, but I think most people prefer this one. It's just a little bit better, a lot of, you know, upsides versus the downsides. It's hard to say. I've got the best cleaver, which I don't use these very often. And I still haven't found the best handle for this guy. I got the second best. And I have both the sledgehammer kind of head on this and the light head. And I've kind of go back and forth between which I prefer. The light head makes this thing a lot faster, and sometimes that helps you out, and sometimes the extra damage that this guy does is better. But obviously this is the big thing to get right here. I can't wait for that to actually happen, but not yet. And I guess that's pretty much it, except for the saw blade. I have the best blade. I have the best handle. I haven't found a single one of these yet, not one. And obviously I mean, these kind of come with upsides and downsides. None of these are like ones that I can't wait to get, but obviously this is the thing to have when it comes out. So I think that's about it. I don't really have a whole lot else going on, so and I actually don't know what's coming up next with the updates. I've heard a bunch of different rumors, but you never know. I guess they're supposed to be releasing a roadmap soon again, so that'll give us some idea of where they're heading, until they change their mind at least. But yeah, I guess that's it for this one. I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, bye-bye.